Hey, welcome to Chat Easy.
Yeah, English without the stress.
Hey! Welcome back. We're so happy you're here. Zara and I are sitting at our favorite cafe again. You know, yesterday I heard someone say, "I just got here," and it made me stop and think. We use the word just so many times every single day, but do we really understand it?
I noticed the same thing last week. My colleague told me, just a minute, and then 20 minutes later, she finally came back. That moment made me realize how interesting this tiny word really is. It's so flexible. We use it everywhere, but the meaning keeps changing.
Exactly. I hear just at the grocery store, with my friends, even in my text messages. It's like this little word follows us around everywhere we go, and honestly, most of us don't think about it at all. We just say it naturally.
What's really curious to me is how the meaning shifts depending on where just appears in the sentence. Same word, different position, completely different feeling. It's like a small puzzle hiding in plain sight.
Right? So today, we want to explore this together with you. Understanding just makes conversations feel smoother and way less confusing. Come join us. Let's figure out when and why we reach for this word so naturally. Hey Zara, did you notice the new painting on the cafe wall? It's really colorful. I think they just put it up recently.
Oh, I just saw it this morning when I arrived. Wait, I just used the word just right there, didn't I? I didn't even plan to say it. It just, came out automatically.
See, that's exactly what I mean. Yesterday, I told my friend, "I just need 5 minutes," and I didn't think twice about it. The word appeared in my sentence without any effort. It's so natural that we don't notice it happening.
My sister texted me earlier today. She said, just checking in. And you know what? It felt really casual and friendly. Like she wasn't demanding anything from me. She was just, being warm and light.
Right? I think just makes things sound less demanding. It softens the message somehow. Like if I say, "I need to talk," it feels serious, but "I just need to talk" feels much lighter, almost gentler.
Maybe that's why people use it so much in daily life. It helps us sound polite or not too pushy. I sometimes say, just a quick question at work because I don't want to seem annoying or interrupt someone's focus.
Oh, I do that too. I say, "just wondering" when I'm curious about something, but I don't want to overstep. It's like a tiny cushion that makes conversations feel safer and more comfortable.
We really use this small word to navigate social comfort, don't we? Have you noticed yourself using just in your conversations? Does it feel natural to you or still a bit tricky?
Yeah, and honestly, sharing these small observations helps everyone feel less alone. We're all figuring out these everyday patterns together.
Let's start with something really common. Just can mean something happened very recently. For example, I just finished my coffee. The action is fresh. It happened moments ago. You can almost feel the warmth of the cup still in my hands.
Oh, yeah. When someone says, "I just arrived," it tells you the action is brand new. They're still catching their breath, maybe still holding their keys. It's that feeling of right now, very immediate. Exactly. Another one, "she just called me." This suggests the phone call happened maybe 30 seconds ago, maybe 2 minutes ago, but definitely not an hour ago. The recentness is the whole point of using just there. I think this recent time meaning is probably the most common one people encounter every single day. At the cafe, at work, with friends. We're always telling each other what just happened, like we're sharing fresh news. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Just can also make requests sound gentler, like, "Can you just close the door?" Do you hear how it feels softer, less demanding? Oh, totally. If I just say close the door on its own, it feels kind of bossy. But adding just in there makes it sound like a friendly suggestion instead of an order. It changes the whole mood. At my office, people say things like, "Could you just send me that file?" all the time. And it sounds cooperative, like we're working together, not like someone's giving commands from across the room. I do this with my roommate. I'll say, "Can you just turn down the music?" when I'm trying to focus. And it feels respectful, like I'm asking nicely, not complaining. This softening effect really matters in how conversations feel. It does, and I wonder if people even realize they're doing it, or if it just happens naturally without thinking, like breathing. Probably both, right? Sometimes we choose to add just because we want to sound polite, but other times it slips out automatically because we've heard it so many times. Our brains just know it fits there. You just used just right there without planning it. See, automatic. Okay, here's another meaning. Just can mean only or simply. Like, I just want a sandwich. Nothing complicated, just one thing. Oh, I use this one a lot. It's just a 5-minute walk. That tells someone the distance is short and manageable. Not a big deal, nothing to worry about, just a quick little walk. Right, this usage helps set expectations. If I say, "It just costs $10, I'm reassuring the listener that the price is low. It's affordable, not expensive. The word just makes that feeling clear. And you know what's interesting? Without just, these sentences still work perfectly fine. I want a sandwich, it costs $10, but adding just changes the feeling slightly. It makes things sound smaller, easier, less complicated. Exactly. I want a sandwich sounds neutral, like stating a fact, but I just want a sandwich sounds more focused, maybe even a bit relieved, like, finally, something simple, just what I need right now.
I sometimes say, "I just need some rest" when I'm really tired, and it emphasizes that rest is the one thing I really need in that moment. Not a party, not a conversation, just rest. That's it.
I totally relate to that. When someone offers me more food at dinner, I'll say, "I just had a salad for lunch." It signals I'm already satisfied. I'm good. Nothing more needed.
These examples are making me realize how much we depend on this tiny word without even noticing.
Okay, here's another angle. Just can also mean exactly or precisely, like that's just what I needed. It means it's exactly the right thing. Perfect timing, perfect choice.
Oh, so you arrived just in time means the timing was perfect. Not early, not late, exactly when it needed to happen. I like this one. It feels really specific.
This version of just often appears in positive moments. This cake is just delicious. The weather is just right. It's like we're celebrating something that fits perfectly into what we hoped for.
Does this meaning overlap with the only meaning sometimes? I'm trying to imagine the difference in my head.
Maybe a little, but context usually makes it clear. If I say it's just perfect, I'm using just to emphasize perfection. I'm not limiting anything. I'm saying it's exactly perfect, nothing less.
Ah, okay. So tone and context guide the listener toward the correct interpretation. Got it. That makes sense now.
You're catching on quickly.
Okay, so here's a tricky moment I experienced last week. A colleague told me, "Just do it," and I wasn't totally sure what she meant. Did she mean simply do it because it's easy, or do it right now because it's urgent?
That ambiguity happens because just is so flexible. Just do it could mean both things, honestly. It might suggest the task is easy and straightforward, or it might urge immediate action. It really depends on tone and the situation around it.
Okay, so I need to pay attention to those surrounding clues, the way someone says it, what's happening in the moment. That helps me figure out which meaning they're aiming for.
Exactly. And sometimes just appears with commands to make them feel less harsh, like just wait here instead of wait here. Do you hear the difference? One feels softer, more patient.
Yeah, just wait here feels less strict, more like a gentle suggestion than a firm order. I bet that's why parents and teachers use just a lot with children. It softens instructions without removing authority.
You're absolutely right. It's a balance between being clear and being kind.
So, does just ever cause confusion for learners? I'm thinking about people who are still getting comfortable with English.
Yes, definitely, especially because one sentence can have multiple possible meanings. For example, I just called her. That could mean I called her a moment ago, or it could mean I only called her and nobody else. Two totally different ideas.
Oh, wow. That's tricky. But I guess context usually helps sort it out, right?
It does. In real conversation, people rarely stop to think about which just they're using. They rely on flow and mutual understanding. The meaning emerges naturally from the situation.
I've noticed native speakers sometimes use just, even when it's not strictly necessary. Like, I'm just saying, at the end of a comment. What's happening there?
Oh, that phrase is so interesting. Just there softens the speaker's opinion. It signals they're not trying to argue or create conflict. It's like saying, hey, this is just my thought. No pressure. I'm not attacking you.
That's helpful to know. It's another social tool disguised as a simple word. I love how much work this little word is doing in our conversations.
Have you ever mixed up just with right or already in your mind? I'm curious if that's happened to you.
Yeah. Honestly, when I was less familiar with English timing words, I definitely got confused. They all seemed kind of similar to me at first.
Let me explain the differences. Just focuses on recentness. Already emphasizes something happened sooner than expected. And right can mean exactly or add immediacy, like right now. They're related, but they do different jobs.
Examples really help me lock in the differences. Can you give me one?
Sure, I just ate versus I already ate. Do you hear how the first one sounds like eating happened moments ago, but the second one sounds like it happened earlier than someone might have guessed?
Oh, yeah. I already ate feels like a response to an invitation. Like someone's offering food and you're saying, no need, I ate earlier. But I just ate sounds like you're still feeling full from 2 minutes ago.
Exactly right. These small shifts really matter in natural conversation. They change the whole vibe of what you're saying.
Okay, now I want to ask you something. Have you ever used just in a sentence and felt unsure if it sounded right? Maybe you second-guessed yourself?
And here's another question for you. Do you find yourself reaching for just when you want to sound polite or casual? Think about your own speaking habits for a moment.
Noticing these patterns makes using them feel more intentional, like you're not just copying phrases anymore. You're actually understanding why they work and when to use them.
So we've covered a lot here. Just can mean recent time, like I just arrived. It can soften requests, like, can you just help me? It can mean only, like, I just want water. It can mean exactly, like, just right. And it adds politeness and gentleness to so many situations.
That's a lot of work for one little word.
It really is. And now that we've talked through all these meanings, let's take a closer look at some specific vocabulary that appeared in our conversation so far. There are a few words and phrases that might need a little extra attention. Okay, let's pause for a moment. I think it would help to review some useful words and phrases we've mentioned so far. Sometimes going over vocabulary like this really helps lock everything into memory.
I totally agree. And honestly, some of these words are super helpful beyond just this conversation. They show up everywhere in daily English.
Let's start with recent. This word means something that happened not long ago. It's close to now, still fresh in time.
So I could say, I read a recent article about health. That means the article came out recently, maybe last week or this month, not from 5 years ago.
Perfect example. Now let's look at gentle. This means soft, kind, or not forceful. When something is gentle, it doesn't push hard or feel aggressive.
Like, she spoke in a gentle voice to calm the baby. Her voice was soft and soothing, the opposite of loud or harsh.
Exactly. Next up, demanding. This describes something that requires a lot of effort or attention, or it can describe someone who asks for too much from others.
Oh, I use this one. My job is very demanding, so I feel tired at night. It means my work takes a lot of energy and focus. It's not easy or relaxing.
Good one. Now, flexible. This means able to change or adapt easily. If something is flexible, it can bend or adjust without breaking.
Like, her schedule is flexible, so we can meet anytime. She doesn't have a rigid plan. She can move things around to make it work.
Right. Next word, automatic. This means happening without thinking or effort. Your body or brain just does it naturally, like a reflex.
Like, saying hello is automatic for me now. I don't have to remind myself to greet people anymore. It just happens when I see someone I know.
Perfect. Let's talk about emphasize. This means to give special importance or attention to something. You're highlighting it, making it stand out.
So, he emphasized the need to arrive on time. He really stressed that point. He wanted everyone to know it was important.
Exactly. Now, interpretation. This is the way someone understands or explains something. Different people can have different interpretations of the same thing.
Like, her interpretation of the story was different from mine. She saw it one way, I saw it another way. Same story, different understanding.
Good. Next, ambiguity. This means uncertainty or the possibility of multiple meanings. When something has ambiguity, it's not totally clear. It could mean more than one thing.
Oh, the message had some ambiguity, so I asked for clarification. I wasn't sure exactly what it meant, so I needed more information.
Which brings us to clarification. This means making something clearer or easier to understand. You remove the confusion.
I literally just used that word. I need clarification on the meeting time. That means I need someone to explain it more clearly. Help me understand.
Perfect timing. Now, let's look at tone. This refers to the quality or feeling in someone's voice or message. Tone tells you how someone feels, not just what they're saying.
Like, his tone was friendly, so I felt comfortable. Even if the words were simple, the way he said them made me feel at ease. Tone carries emotion.
Exactly. Next word, authority. This means power or the right to give orders and make decisions. Someone with authority can lead or control a situation.
So, the teacher has authority in the classroom. She's in charge. Students listen to her because she has that role and responsibility.
Right. Now, strictly. This means in an exact or rigid way, without flexibility. When something is done strictly, there's no room for bending the rules.
Okay, so, the rule is not strictly enforced, so people relax a little. That means the rule exists, but nobody's watching it super carefully. There's some wiggle room.
Good. Let's look at mutual. This means shared by two or more people. It's something both sides have or feel together.
Like, we have a mutual understanding about the plan. We both agree. We're on the same page together.
Perfect. And finally, intentional. This means done on purpose with a clear goal. It's not random or accidental. You meant to do it.
So, her kindness was intentional, not accidental. She chose to be kind on purpose. It wasn't just luck or coincidence.
Okay, we just reviewed 14 helpful terms together. That's actually a lot of vocabulary in one go.
And these words don't just relate to just. They're useful across so many different conversations. You'll hear them at work, with friends, in movies, everywhere.
Seeing them in real examples makes them easier to remember and use. You're not just memorizing definitions, you're seeing how they actually work in sentences that matter.
All right, now that we've got those words in our minds, let's move forward and see how everything connects. So, where do you think someone might actually use just in real life this week, like in everyday situations?
Let me think. Oh, at a coffee shop when ordering, someone might say, "Can I just get a black coffee?" It sounds casual and polite at the same time, not demanding, just straightforward.
I love that example. And at a store, when a salesperson walks up to you, you might say, "I'm just browsing." That signals you don't need help yet, and it keeps the interaction comfortable for both people.
Exactly. That phrase is so useful. It gives you space without being rude. I use just when texting friends, too, like, "Just wanted to say hi." It feels warm, not too formal or heavy.
Right. And imagine someone at work sending an email that starts with, "Just following up on our meeting." It sounds professional, but not pushy, like you're gently reminding someone without being annoying.
In a shared apartment, a roommate might say, "Just letting you know I'll be home late." That simple heads up prevents confusion. Everyone feels informed and nobody worries.
These examples really show how just fits naturally into daily routines. We're not forcing it in there, it just appears because it makes the moment smoother.
Oh, here's another one. When someone is running a few minutes late, they might text, "Just 5 more minutes." The word softens the delay. It feels less stressful for the person waiting.
I've done that exact thing, and usually the other person responds with understanding, "No problem," or "Take your time." The word just somehow made the whole situation feel lighter.
Now, imagine your own day for a second. Where might you say just to make a moment smoother? Maybe at home, at work, with friends?
It could be asking a neighbor to just keep the noise down, or telling a family member you just need a moment alone. Small uses like that really add up and make communication feel more human.
Even in a difficult conversation, someone might say, "I just want to be honest with you." And "just" there shows sincerity. It shows openness, like you're not hiding anything, you're being real.
That version of just often appears when people share something vulnerable or important. It's like a little signal that says, "This matters to me." Not aggressive, just honest.
I think the viewer is probably already using just in some of these ways without even realizing it. It's happening naturally in their conversations.
And noticing these moments helps build confidence, because it proves the language is already working for them. They're not starting from zero, they're already doing it.
I love that. Next time you say just in a real situation, you might feel a little click of recognition. Like, "Oh, I know why I'm using this word. I understand what it's doing here."
That's such a lovely idea. Those small clicks make speaking feel less like guessing and more like choosing. You're in control, even when you're relaxed.
The goal isn't perfection, it's familiarity and comfort. And those grow naturally with awareness. You don't have to force anything.
Exactly. Just keep noticing, keep practicing in little moments, and it all starts to click into place. Before you know it, just becomes one of your go-to words, and you don't even have to think about it anymore.
And that's when language starts to feel like home. Comfortable, easy, and totally yours. All right, let's bring everything together. We've covered a lot, and I think it helps to see the full picture now.
I agree. We started by noticing how often just appears in everyday speech, like it's everywhere. At the cafe, in text messages, at work, with friends. We use it constantly without even thinking about it.
And then we explored its different meanings. Just can mean something happened recently, like I just arrived. It can make requests sound softer, like, can you just help me? It can mean only or simply, like, I just want water. It can mean exactly, like, just right. And it adds politeness to commands, like, just wait here.
We also looked at how context and tone guide interpretation. That's really important because just could mean more than one thing sometimes. But if you pay attention to the situation and how someone says it, the meaning becomes clear.
And remember, we reviewed 14 vocabulary words that came up naturally during our conversation. Words like flexible, ambiguity, clarification, and intentional. Those aren't just useful for today's topic. They're tools you'll use in many conversations ahead.
Then we imagined real-life situations where just shows up. Ordering coffee, texting friends, sending work emails, talking to roommates, sharing honest feelings. Each scenario showed just doing quiet work in the background, smoothing interactions, softening tone, creating connection.
And here's the thing. You're probably already using just in some of these ways, even if you haven't stopped to think about it. You're already doing the work. You're already speaking naturally.
Recognizing that is a form of progress. Like, you don't have to learn something brand new, you just need to notice what's already happening and feel more confident with it.
Exactly. Language learning isn't always about adding new things. Sometimes it's about noticing what's already there and trusting yourself more. That shift in awareness changes everything.
I love that perspective. Every time you use just successfully, you're proving to yourself that you can handle real English in real moments. That's not small, that's huge.
This word, despite being so small, carries social and emotional weight. Using it well makes communication feel more natural, more human. It's one of those little tools that does so much behind the scenes.
So now you have a clearer map of how just works, where it fits, what it does, why people reach for it. And that clarity, it turns uncertainty into quiet confidence.
You've got this. You really do. And we're so glad we got to explore this with you today.